For the listener's discretion, this podcast contains strong language and adult themes that may not be suitable for children. These are not the views of the radio station or its affiliates.
Can we stop the arguing? Can we take a moment where we can calm down? It's just so exhausting. Swinging in the wind, going round and round. I know that we won't say sorry. You beg and I plead, but my heart can't beat until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations, baby. I see me addressing you. Let me put the smile right onto your face, tracing every inch of you. Using my tongue to find your happy place. I know that we can't play naughty. You beg and I plead, and you pull my heartstrings until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. Until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? And welcome back to Going Down on the Mic. Now, see, for some of you, our regulars, it looks a little strange. The boss is not here. Moni's not here tonight. She's taking care of other things, getting her setup set up, now that they've officially gotten my setup set up. So now I can actually sound like a human being. And tonight, we have a very special guest, Mark Crockett. Those of you who don't know about him, stay tuned. You're going to learn a lot about him. But right now, it's just been a wonderful day. It's been nice outside, and nobody is really complaining about the heat yet, but I'm sure they will. This is Arizona. It's going to get hot. And this new thing with the writer's strike, that's got everybody on the edge. Man, that means we got to watch reruns for the rest of whatever. Yeah, well. You had leftovers last night. You can have a rerun or two every now and then. All right, don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. But everything else is going good. Tell me what's going on out there, people. Check in. Let me know. Just because the boss is not here, that's a good thing, actually. Boss is not here, man. We can get crazy. Wonder what I can get into. Well, I better not get into too much because, I know she's lurking around someplace. So let me just be cool with all of this. But I hope those of you who have been watching have enjoyed and are enjoying our Empowered Women series, because that has just taken off. It's been off the chain. Met a lot of empowered women. I mean, truly empowered women on the show, and they've been wonderful. I'm still here, Chris. Okay, that could only mean one thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Moni is still here, so all behavior rules are still in effect. Okay. Hey, how you doing, Carol? Carol Graham Garvin is in with us. Yes. Glad to see you. Glad to see somebody loves me when Moni's not around. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. somebody to just come visit a brother. You know, it's but back to what I was saying about the Empowered Women series. It's very interesting that you listen to the background of some of these women, and they have truly come up. They've truly come up out of some very, very different backgrounds, and they're all giving back, and they're all pushing forward. And there's not been a show yet that I have not been thoroughly impressed with the guests. And I'm not just saying that. I'm being very for real, because they each have a story to tell. And if you sit down and you listen to them, the story sometimes get deep. I mean, like deep, like after hours deep. So yeah, it is really, really something you want to check out when we go back to doing our Empowered Women series. All right. And so right now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring on Mark Crockett, writer, producer, got his hands in so many different things. So we're going to bring him on. Let's bring Mark on.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for having me on your show, man.
Hey,
Appreciate
look, I'm glad you're here, because, you know, first of all, I just want to open my eyes with this is cool. Just two brothers on the screen. You understand? Usually we got Mooney, we got everybody. It's just us. It's just us. I'm liking it.
All we need is some catfish right now and maybe something to drink.
See, you didn't have to tell them how heavy we were. You could have left that alone. Okay. Two brothers eating catfish. You know they brothers. He just brought the catfish out like, yeah.
I've been hungry all day. I haven't eaten yet, man. I've been up since like today is a writing day. So I got something really quick for breakfast.
Okay.
But that was like 90 hours ago. So, you know, I'm hungry. Yeah, okay.
See, y'all, he just hungry. Not just hungry. Hungry.
I'm not hangry yet, but I am hungry.
Uh-oh, he getting hangry. Uh-oh. Look at him. Screenwriter, novelist, and he's on Roku TV. Yeah, this brother hangry. Okay.
I'm trying, man. I'm just trying. That's all it can do. You know, if you don't do it for yourself, who gonna do it?
Well, there you go. There you go. Now, you know, you said it's kind of funny that this is a writing time for you. Now, are you involved in any way in the writer's strike? I mean, has that affected you somehow?
No, and I'm not that high up the food chain. A little backstory. I've been a professional writer for almost 30 years. And one of the things that made me decide to get my own Roku station is that I've been fighting to get on the inside, and okay. I'm tired of I'm tired of that. And it's so many different ways not to get in, especially when you have our pigmentation, that I finally decided I know how to do it. So why don't I do it?
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. But I do know I have several friends that are walking the picket line and broke right now.
Man, that's kind of crazy, because
it hurts.
What people don't realize is that what people don't realize in this industry is that if the writers don't write it, there's nothing for the director to direct.
No, there's no show.
Okay,
no, there's no show.
That's it. We're done. Okay, and we can talk about 4K, 6K, 8K. We can talk about all that other stuff. But if the writer is not putting pencil or paper to make this work for you, hello, people.
You have to have, you're right. You have to have more than an idea, but you have to know how to format that idea. You have to know how to put it together. You have to know how to run it. You have to know how to produce it. Yeah. And if you don't have a writer there to do it, everybody else is pretty much just standing around. Okay. But at the same time, they don't want to pay the writers what they're worth. They want to go ahead and say, give it to me, and I'm going to give you as little money as possible while I make millions and millions, and in some cases, hundreds of millions of dollars on it. So I'm like, more power to y'all. You know.
Now, see, that sounds like my role as a director of photography. Okay, same thing. Yeah, we want you to come in and make sure everything's right and do this, that, and the other, and we're going to pay you $29.95.
Here's $1.
Right. Come on now. We're not even going to get you lunch. We're not even having it catered. Okay.
Yeah.
We moved the set as far away from McDonald's as we could.
The dollar menu used to be friendly. Now they don't even have a dollar menu no more.
They don't even have a dollar
Life
menu.
tough.
Man, come on. We all walking around singing that song, 2 all beef patty, special sauce. Come on, they had to leave something out.
Yeah. They say that, but all I can afford is half a patty and just some lettuce. I can't even get the special sauce. And then they say be happy when they turn around and put it on TV and they're making all this money on it.
Well,
and
see,
as a black, black man doing this, there is even less of a chance of getting into it because less than 3% of the writers' rooms have a person of color. And when I'm talking about person of color, I'm talking a black person. Okay.
Right. I understand. I understand. Yeah.
There's almost 900 scripted shows on TV, cable, and over air. And less than 3% have one of us.
Right. There's somebody who's now doing an actual sit-down documentary on this for that same reason. Because your numbers are like almost spot on. It's 903.
Wow. Okay. I knew I was close.
Right. 903. And I just spoke to them like Monday or Tuesday. And the number's even less than you thought. They're averaging 1 in every 3 or 4 rooms. Yeah. So that's crazy.
And the thing now with the writer's strike, and you've had things that have come on like mini rooms, and you have where they have less. They have 5 people, put them together, hurry up and put together a show, put it out there, and you're literally doing this in like 5 or 6 weeks. And when the show comes on, there's no writers around, so everybody gets paid a minimum.
Season. You did the whole season for them.
Yeah, you need the whole season. You do, right. But
no, it's amazing. Now
that's why I'm doing it myself.
Look, and I'm not mad at you. So tell us, where's your Roku channel at?
My Roku channel is going to come online the 4th quarter of this year, and it's going to be under Paddlefoot Productions. And I'm in the process right now putting all of that together. It'll be Paddlefoot Productions is a BIPOC station, which means everybody who's writing, directing, or producing is a person of color. Okay, because there's so many stories we have to tell that don't amount to prison or hoes, going to jail, dope. You never see you see very, very few of those on there.
Right.
And there's so many shows that are coming on that have black characters in it that don't have black writers. So you're hearing an imagination of what we are. And the reason why is when you're hiring for shows, any kind of show out there, they're picking one of their friends, they're picking somebody that looks like them.
Okay. But does not have our experience.
No, they don't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They don't have our experience. They're making it up as they go along. It's a circle. They see it on TV. Well, that's how black people are. I'm going to write it like that. But the people who are writing it on TV are white.
Look,
so it just goes on and on and on. You get the same stories.
And the reason you get the same stories is because at one point, let's be real clear. At one point, that was successful for us.
Oh yeah,
able to tell that story. But now we've milked it as far as it can go. Realistically, nothing else.
And it's a very closed society. The saying is there's more people trying to get in that are in there, and they're protecting. They're protecting is like, well, I don't want all these white people in here. So what does that leave with me? Someone like you. I don't want this guy in here. I'd rather have my buddy down here that I play golf with every 3 weeks and bring him in there. And also they're dropping the pay to be a SAG writer, a staff writer, pays really well.
Mhm.
They don't even want to do that now. That's why they came up with the mini rooms and so on and so forth. You're getting
That's what caused the mini rooms. Okay. Because I was wondering how SAG was allowing it.
After the pandemic started, or right around the time the pandemic started, people were just, and they were shutting down everything. People were just happy to be going there. Okay. And a lot of times they would get them together because they didn't know about the virus or how the virus is reacting or anything. And one of the things they were doing is they were putting people in there and like, let's hurry up and write this just in case Joe over here gets sick and, you know, we can't do anything anymore. Okay. And because writers' rooms, many writers' rooms weren't around 5 or 6 years ago. Right. They came into being and they found out, oh, wait a minute, here's another way to jerk something away from the writers by making them do something really quick, get everything out, then dump them out of there, and we'll keep the showrunner on in case we need something. So okay. Yeah, it's gotten uglier really quick over a very short period of time.
But I heard that they were using COVID to stop the table reads.
Yeah, COVID, and it also writers didn't want to strike because nobody knew anything about how the virus was reacting. They didn't know what the virus was. And right. They're like, okay, you trying to hold on to something. And when they ended up shutting down everything, by the time it came together for the next vote, people just wanted to work. Right. Okay. So they let a lot of stuff slide.
Let a lot of stuff go by the wayside just to get back in. Yep.
And it's biting a bunch of people in the butt now.
Right.
And you have chat PI, I think that's it. Yeah. You have the artificial intelligence now.
The AI people, yeah.
Yeah, that's pushing its way in. And the people on the other side, like the Disney president that's making $250 million a year, he's like, cool, let them write it. Well, you know what? It's not, that's not writing. That's no. Well, and it shows.
It's funny you would say that about Disney because I found out because I'm a cast member of Disney. Disney is getting ready to move to New Orleans.
To where?
New Orleans.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Look, found out about it today.
Looked like Santos got what he wanted.
No, DeSantis pushed the button and I think folks decided let's see who's got more pull. And so Disney's like, okay, we're gonna stay down here, but we're gonna make another park up in New Orleans.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Should I put a breaking news thing under here first?
You should put a breaking news under that. You should put a breaking news under that. I guess if Disney does move there, New Orleans doesn't have to worry about getting flooded anymore because all that infrastructure will be fixed in like 3 days.
Look, for real, Disney come out there with the mouse, okay, and have all that fixed. All right, Kim, the duck, the mouse, they're gonna have all
the mouse, the duck, Goofy, everybody wearing a hard hat and got a shovel.
They doing it right. I can see a visual of that too. I really could. Now tell me about turkey stuffer.
Dig that trench.
Oh, here we go. Tell me about that. Tell me about turkey stuffer.
Turkey Stuffer was my very first novel that came out on Simon & Schuster, and it was also my second or third screenplay. And that came out about 20 years ago. I've written 4 more novels after that and had another one published, but Turkey Stuffer was my first really professional novel. And to have it picked up by Simon & Schuster, actually it was picked up by Simon & Schuster and Random House, and I ended up going with Simon & Schuster because they gave me a better deal. But yeah, it was the very first. My very first.
Because I said stop and enjoy that for a minute. Let me explain to the audience how profound that is. Okay, here is a person of color, male, who actually got his book picked up by Simon & Schuster, for those of you who have not picked up a book in the 20th century, they were one of the largest book companies. And I mean, to just be in that arena, for them to even look at your stuff is that puts you ahead of most. So on that, congratulations, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, because you were one of the rare ones, because, you know, back then we wasn't getting in.
Well, that actually led me into a second career, because I got picked up by Simon & Schuster without having an agent, which is still today considered impossible. It was much more difficult back then. It's still difficult today, because by the time that I got it picked up, I'd already been writing professionally for almost 13 years. I wrote for small newspapers, a bunch of magazines. I had my own romantic greeting card company. And I got tired of trying to find an agent. And every time I went to an agent, and okay, this is something that's this happened 3 times. I'm interviewing agents. They like my book. They like my writing. They like everything. And they say, wow, you know what? The book is great and everything, but let me ask you, you're Black, right? Yes, I am Black. Oh, okay, that's really cool. But your lead character is white. Yes, he is white. Yeah. Why don't you write him Black? And I not 1, not 2, but 3 of them did that. And I'm going, what the hell does it matter? Okay, you know, the story's built around friendship. The story's built around relationships. The other main character's Black. You didn't ask me why I made him white. Okay,
right.
And that's when I decided I wasn't going to go with an agent and use the knowledge of what I've already picked up over the previous 13 years to bypass that gatekeeper.
Okay.
By doing that and getting it out, I started to get a lot of press, especially when people found out that I didn't have an agent. So I started getting invited to dinner, started getting invited to lunch, and that's when universities started to call. ASU called, Pima Community College called, a bunch of other universities said, hey, would you be interested in sitting down and teaching a course in this? And well, yeah. And then they told me how much you would pay. I said, oh yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. So,
yeah. I'm gonna keep writing just so I can do this. Right.
And I ended up doing that for almost 5 years while working my full-time job and writing. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. See, I liken you to Iceberg Slim. You know, I liken you to Iceberg Slim.
I have all of his books.
Look, I read a piece and I said, yeah, this is straight out of Iceberg Slim, man. Iceberg Slim was
the joint. You know, you get all these people out here writing what they're writing right now, and they think they're being original. Iceberg Slim did it 45 years ago. Okay, you know, and
didn't care who read it.
And yeah. Y'all think y'all being original? Y'all think y'all being original? You need to go to the library. Okay, pick up a couple books.
That's it. Spook Who Sat by the Door. You know, all of this stuff people are not understanding. They're not. They think it's original and it's not.
Yeah.
And when you have all of this knowledge that you have, and you've been able to put it down on paper, you've been able to make a living out of being a writer, not a copywriter, but a writer. Now, the question I have, and it may seem strange, I know a lot of writers who write under pseudonyms. Now, have you ever found the occasion where you thought, or that you might have to write under a pseudonym?
I never did that. And the reason why I never did that is because writing is so difficult, so time consuming, and there's so much of my blood, sweat, and tears in it.
Okay.
I want y'all to know it's me. Okay. Right. It's not gonna be a Joe Smith with my face. Okay. You know. Okay. It's something that is very personal and rewarding to me. So I ain't doing that. That ain't happening.
Okay.
You need to know it's me. Yeah.
See, and a lot of writers began doing that because of the politics of writing. So that's why I asked that question. Like the other piece you have is millennials making money.
Well, millennials. Are you talking about millennials or my millennials? My millennials
I'm talking about your millennials.
Okay.
The wait. Let's do it the way you have it written. Millennials.
Okay. Millennials is one of the first episodic series that's going to be on Paddlefoot.
Okay.
There's Millennials, A Penny for Your Thoughts, Micromanage, and Beast are the first 4 that are going to be episodic series, except for Micromanage. Micromanage is the first of a trilogy of movies that's going to be on my TV station.
Okay.
And those are in Penny is done, Micromanage is done, Millennials. I have another 3 episodes to write. I'm writing it right now.
Okay.
And Beast is going to be Beast. I have another 5 episodes out of the 10 episodes for the first season. So that's what I'm working on right now.
All right. Hey, look, I'm glad somebody's gonna get in there. Okay. I'm glad. Look, you got to keep writing because I'm looking at the titles, I'm reading some of the information. I'm like, okay, this brother going someplace different with this. Going someplace different with this. And I love the fact that you're doing it. I love the fact that you're sitting up there, you're putting the time in, you're doing everything on your own. You're doing the groundwork, you're doing everything. And you're living proof that it can be done. You get to at least I got to a point. I know so many writers who are as good or better than me that have written something. I mean, written this incredible prose, whether it be a novel or a screenplay or whatever. Yet all they do is they're sitting here waiting for somebody to give them the gig. Okay. As long as you're waiting for someone else to do something for you, you're giving your power away. Okay. And I'm not saying that I've always been this way. I haven't. But I've learned over the years that if I step forth and do it myself, win, lose, or draw, I'm going to learn enough from that I can utilize that later on and learn from that. And that's what's brought me up to this TV station. 10 years, 15 years ago, you couldn't do what I'm doing right now. I mean, I couldn't start an ABC. I couldn't start a Fox. I couldn't start an NBC. But when you came along with internet TV, when you came along with Netflix, when you came along with Crackle, when you came along with Hulu, YouTube, and all the rest of that, that is something that has opened up a door that allows somebody of any color, if you have the ability, if you have the gumption, if you have the discipline to go ahead and to move forward in that. I don't know everything. I don't. But I know how to write, and I know how to find the right people to put in place to make this a success. Okay? That the hardest part about it is this is a time when you don't look at the big picture, because the big picture will scare the hell out of you. Okay.
Look at what you do what you do, and find other people that can help you do the rest.
All right. See, that's good. That is good. Well, I am so glad we had this time.
Thank you.
I know you're hangry. Okay, and I don't want it to be said that, hey, we kept you from eating. You missed a meal because you on with us. All right.
Now, and thank you so much for having me on here. I really, really appreciate it. And again, hey, I'll come back anytime. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Well, now that we're, now that you've been on the show, You know, we're like your first cousins, your second cousins now, right?
I don't like my second cousin because I don't like my second cousin because he took my girlfriend. Let's be third cousins.
I'll be anything
when I was in
but
high
that
school.
one. Yeah.
It was ugly. It was ugly. She's purdy too.
Purdy.
Purdy.
Dang. All right. Well, okay, that got me. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we are your cousins. You are our cousin. You are welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right.
Thank
you have
you.
something you want to bring forth. You want to let anybody know what you got going on. Please let us be the ones to bring it out for you. Now,
all right, people, I will. Yeah, y'all are invited to the opening party.
Oh, do you know what? We're gonna take you up on that. So what? It was the third cousin that messed you up?
No, it's the second cousin. Y'all my third cousins.
No, we want to be your first cousins.
All right. We're gonna talk about that at the opening.
Ooh, that sounds like
I have issues.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to return to the first cousin. That might be a book. First cousin.
You don't want me in none of my books.
Ooh, man. Well, you know what? We appreciate it. Let me ask you a question because I have to ask you this question. Do you feel empowered?
I do, because I am dumb enough to believe that I can do anything. So yes, I do feel empowered.
My man, there you go. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I know you had a bunch of places you could have been, but you chose to be here with us, and we appreciate it. All right?
All right. Thank you, guys.
Good evening. Thank you. You know, it's an amazing thing when you can hear it live from people. I want to thank our sponsors: Moni Loves Effects, Chrysalid Media, Lighthouse Styling and Beauty, and Get Bodied by Stephanie. WUBI, Ubiquity Radio. All right, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors. All right, and it's a wonderful thing when you can hear the story from the person firsthand. That's what we do here at Going Down on the Mic. We try to make sure we give you the facts, and hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you get something from it. Okay. Now I know our boss is my boss anyway. Moni is out there and she's doing her thing, and I'm glad she's pushing buttons and snatching things and making things happen, because I'm not allowed to play with the big toys yet. But it's been an interesting show. We got to hear a lot, got a lot of information from Mark Crockett, and hope to be at his premiere, because he sounds like he's got a lot of different things going on, a lot of positive things. So I'm liking the feel of that. All right. If anybody has any comments or suggestions, please let us know, so that we can definitely get you on the show. Reach out to us and let us know that you want to be on the show, and we'll get you booked in here so that you can be seen and heard, and you can tell everybody about your particular talent or what you have coming up. Okay. All right. Is there anything else that anybody wants to talk about? Anybody wants to say anything about? Because I'm still working on this work. I'm on this this writer's strike. Seemed kind of strange. Everybody want to go on strike in the summertime. So I guess in the wintertime, everybody come back here. Are you ready to work now? We ready to work. Moni, you got anything you want me to do? Anything you need me to do? Of course not. This is strange. Working by myself, working for so long with Moni, and it feels very strange to be out here on my own. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like the dog in the yard without the chain on. Like, wow, what do I do? I can go run around here and run around there. This is going to be kind of crazy. But it is, again, Mark gave me a whole lot of stuff to think about. People writing and him actually having his own Roku channel because he's trying to bypass the politics. That's what I call it, the politics of Hollywood and the such. So that's a very interesting situation to have there. All right. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Okay. Make sure to tune in to WUBI Ubiquity radio station for all your music and talk show delights. It's 24/7. Right. You find it, the WUBI app. You can go on there and you can find your favorites starting at 5 o'clock in the morning, Mountain Standard Time. Okay. And just enjoy everything we have to offer there. And don't forget next week's show. We got lined up we're back on the empowerment series next week. And we're going to have Lauren Cole. Now, when I say don't miss the Empowered Women's series, don't play with me. Don't miss it. Don't miss it, because there's not one that we have done yet that I haven't learned something from. These women are playing for keeps, and we really appreciate them for that. All right. But thanks for tuning in tonight. All right. And join us next week where we'll have Lauren Cole, and we'll be able to sit down with her and do a lot of investigating to let you know what she's into. So we're going to leave you with Anthony Frazier and Vibrations.
Can we stop the arguing? Can we take a moment where we can calm down? It's just so exhausting. Swinging in the wind, going round and round. I know that we won't say sorry. You beg and I plead, but my heart can't beat until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations, baby. I see me addressing you. Let me put the smile right onto your face, tracing every inch of you. Using my tongue to find your happy place. I know that we can't play naughty. You beg and I plead, and you pull my heartstrings until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. Until I feel the vibration.